Okay, so this is our calf joint. Let's start with up here. This is spongy bone. It's called spongy bone because it's pretty porous, but it's still very hard. There's ice on it, so that's why it's cracking right now. Does anyone know what you would find in spongy bone? Okay, so in this is red bone marrow. Does anyone know what red bone marrow does? Nice. It is for the production of new red blood cells. And then down this is our compact bone. It's really, really hard. Nothing too special about it. And then inside, does anyone know what this area is called? This is the medullary cavity, and it is filled with yellow bone marrow. Yellow bone marrow is primarily fat, so you can see when I squish on this, it's really squishy. It's red right now just because there's a bunch of blood in it, but it's usually yellow if we cleaned it all out and stuff. Okay, so lining the medullary cavity is the endosteum, but there's no way I'm going to be able to really show you guys that. On the outside of compact bone is periosteum, so this right here, this stuff that pulls off, I think this is fat, but on the outside is periosteum.
With a really thin layer.
Yeah, that's why I don't think all this stuff is. But see how I can kind of pull this off? This is the periosteum. Okay, does anyone know what this is? Up here? Yes, I think an epiphyseal line? They're hard to say, yeah. So in this, however, because this is a calf, so it's not a fully developed animal, this is an epiphyseal plate. So when it turns into a cow or a steer or whatever, it will become an epiphyseal line. So that's important to know. So for example, in children and stuff like that, they have an epiphyseal plate. And then when they fully develop, it becomes an epiphyseal line. Okay, so this stuff here is the fibrous capsule. Just kind of holds everything together. And then inside of here, we have synovial fluid. It is pretty viscous and gooey, so you can see, it's really, you don't have to see it, but you can just see that it sticks together kind of thing. It's like thicker than water. So that lubricates it. That's mostly everything. These are both long bones. So in long bones, you have a medullary cavity, an epiphyses at the end, and then this middle part is the diaphysis. Does anyone have any questions?
What's like the orientation? Like, is this like the femur? Like, which bone's the higher bone?
This looks like a femur.
Okay.
Because this looks like a femoral head to me. But you know, I don't know. It is a knee joint, so I would say that's a femur. And then this, yeah.
I mean, obviously not the same, but
It is, maybe, okay, maybe this, I don't know. We've never had to identify the patella, but that could be what this bone is right here. That's not really important, just to know. This is more about just knowing different kind of bones, different kind of bone marrow, that whole stuff.